question number 2, what are some things or experiences that you have that are challenging about Judaism? We all have them, so no shame in saying this. I have them too. But I'm always curious to know kind of how it is for congregants when, of course, you're connected, you grew up in a Jewish environment, you're teaching it to your kids. But what are some things that, you find difficult to either talk to your kids about or experience in your own Neshamah? Like, what are the things that make you say, like, not so sure about this in the Jewish world?
It all stems from me being like very kind of logical, scientific, like needing a reason for everything.
Okay.
So, like kind of reconciling like Bible, the Torah, the whatever, the, ancient
with modern
science and even my own logic. So kind of coming to terms with the differences or the beliefs of both.
Okay. And do you mean like the world wasn't created in 6 days clearly and
Yeah, or even just like the stories in the Torah. I mean, did they actually happen?
What if they're not true?
Did they, what if they're not true? The rules of, we're sitting at a Seder and I'm just like, they're so specific, these rules. I mean, it sometimes seems like a little crazy.
Much,
a lot, yeah.
So kind of like the minutia of we drink 4 cups and we have to drink it this way and we have to dip it 2 times, like all of that specificity.
Yeah, but again, that's part of like me remembering my childhood, and we would have like, I remember that, not as a fond memory,
Okay.
I probably didn't question it back then. I just did it.
And now as an adult, you're like, wait, why are we saying all those words and what does all this mean? And
then like, a lot of people recite a prayer, but do you know what you're saying? And some people, that's fine. They just know it means something lovely and meaningful, and that's enough for them.
You want to know specifically.
Yes.
And are there things that you've learned, like even in preparing for your kids' bar bat mitzvah, like, it means blessed are you, blah, blah, blah. They're like, I'm not sure I believe that. Or like, does the theology, the God piece bother you at all when we talk about,
yes,
to a king and
because I don't really understand what or who God is.
Okay.
With my kids' bar and bat mitzvah, I feel bad saying it a little bit, but really, I wasn't bat mitzvahed.
Okay.
I didn't really care whether they were or not. It wasn't meaningful to me. It was meaningful to Judd. So I said, that's why you saw him a lot. I said, I will support it 100%. Do what you need to do.
But this is your thing.
But this is your thing. So organize it, so I let him take the lead. I didn't learn much, but I will say when I sit in temple, I listen. I actually had a conversation last time we were there, and Mia doesn't always want to be there, whatever. I said, Mia, forget where you are, forget why you're here. When Rabbi Amy speaks and gives her sermon, don't think of it as a religious thing. There's always like a great lesson, or you don't have to be like, oh, I have to be here and learn about religion. And she did, and I can't remember now what it was about. It doesn't have to be about Judaism. Like what you speak about, kind of, you can put any kind of glasses on and just
correct. It's more about life and how to be in the world.
Right. So when I'm sitting and there's like the Hebrew prayers, I will, in the book, instead of just sitting there like doing nothing and not understanding, I'll always read the English.
Good. Okay.
Or you have like little
the commentary.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think a lot of people feel that way, that like, why am I praying in Hebrew? I don't know what it means. It feels so phony to be saying all these prayers. And we honestly, as Jewish educators, we haven't done a good job of a kind of making quiet, like teaching how to pray, and why pray. And so I think about that a lot in terms of educating our kids. How much education do we really get? And I say this a lot, but I really feel like our educational system has, both secular, but certainly in the Jewish world, has not done. We teach kids apples and honey. We teach them to read a few prayers. But Judaism is huge. It's a 5,000-year tradition. There's tons of science in Judaism. Tons, absolute tons. Maimonides, so much science about the body, so much science about things that come about, even just from the Torah about Shabbat, about resting, that we need these kind of breaks in life. There is so much there. It's not framed as science. Right. But I'm always amazed, especially around traditions around mourning and death, that we need time to be together with people. We need time to kind of be alone. Like some of all of the morning rituals, just a lot of wisdom that actually, if I were creating it, I wouldn't know how to do it as well as Judaism actually does it in certain ways. Anyways, I think
maybe it's me that needs to learn more about it, right?
No, but I think it's not you. It's really most Jewish adults have not been exposed to the whole tapestry of Judaism and how much richness there is there, and how much it's not just about drinking 4 cups of wine on Passover and koshering your chicken a certain way and showing up on these days. It kind of gets watered down in a way that really is a disservice, honestly.
Are those religions wrong in your mind?
No.
Everyone believes so firmly.
Yeah.
If you're truly religious, and
liberal modern people, meaning liberal, not fundamentalists, of other religions, also can see that there are different paths to the same thing. I do think that Catholic, faithful people that are, walking their path, or Buddhists or Muslim people that are walking in a good path, are just as right for them as Judaism is for me. And
so if they believe in a different God, fine, but do you believe, if they don't,
they're wrong?
Yeah, I don't know how to put it.
I don't think they're wrong. I think, especially about theology, because who knows? We can study theology our whole life and we still don't know. That is just unanswerable. We only know what we experience and what we feel and what we choose to believe. I think a lot of it is a choice, honestly. You kind of choose to believe things happen for a reason and the universe is in my favor and I'm meant to kind of do good, or everything's against me. You kind of choose which camp to be in, and you find the evidence for whatever camp you choose to be in. Anyways, I think when my students or kids say, well, what happens when we don't believe, or what if this isn't true, or what if we go to Israel and there was no King David and there was no walls of Jericho, but still the content is still valuable, even if it's not historically true for me.
Right.
I release some of the stuff that I don't know, but for me it's more comforting to believe that life has meaning and has purpose, and that there is some divine, I don't feel like control, but kind of divine input, like what's meant to be.
This is why and that's kind of where I stand. I believe in karma. I really do. If you're a good person, good things will happen, but there's got to be something bigger, if that, you know what I mean? If I believe that.
Yeah, what's the origin
Where's
of
it coming from?
Yeah.